And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means? It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw to the north, old outlaw Waylon Jennings. It is weekly purchases, and a huge week this week, a massive week this week, a lot of stuff through the door, just a wild week, and it is 4th of July week. Hopefully everybody still has their fingers, especially those in America that probably celebrate 4th of July. Outside of the U.S., you're probably not, but it is vacation time for a lot of people. A lot of people getting an extra long weekend. Hopefully everybody's enjoying all that. You gotta try to get some time off, and I got some time off coming real soon. San Diego Comic-Con right around the corner. Gonna be very interesting year at San Diego Comic-Con. Apparently Hollywood's back. I don't really care about that Hollywood stuff. I care about that action figure stuff, but we'll see how it is. Last year there was no Hollywood, so I don't know if it'll be way busier this year or less busy. I guess we'll find out real soon there. Here in, gosh, about 3 weeks, San Diego Comic-Con is around the corner. So a lot going on, a lot of toy news, a lot of videos to come on the channel, and you're going to see a ton of stuff that's going to be in future videos on the channel here in weekly purchases. And of course, your best way to see this stuff early because you get backed up. I mean, there's probably 100 plus videos on Patreon that aren't on traditional YouTube at this point. There's one full year of Jakks Classic Superstar videos alone. So there's, I think, 73 Jakks videos that are all filmed in the can on Patreon. So there's a lot of content. A lot of this stuff will be up on Patreon very early the next week. I'm working hard trying to get all this stuff done, get this in the back because I will be, like I said, San Diego Comic-Con in a couple of weeks. So that's going to cut down some weekend filming. So we'll see what happens right there. But speaking of old Patreon, of course, Patreon, now's the time to get in. We got a new giveaway for the month of July. And for, of course, the 4th of July month, we're giving away one of the greatest Americans of all time. It would be Bret the Hitman Hart. Oh, wait, Canadian? Canadian? Is that what you said? Who said that? Mark? Todd? Todd knows a thing or two about a Canadian, we know that. But Bret Hart will be the giveaway this month. Monday Night Wars, Walmart exclusive, will be the July giveaway. So check out the Patreon, link in the description below, as I always do say. Check it out. You get early access to all the videos from both YouTube channels. You get all the glamour shots. You get all the bells and whistles over there. You get weekly pizza reviews. You name it, it's all going down. Monthly Q&As. A lot on Patreon. Best way to support the channel. Appreciate everybody checking out the Patreon. And there it is. That's Bret Hart this month. So there it is. That's kind of a little bit of the housekeeping. How about we get down to it? Let's get down to the question of the week. All right, question of the week time. And if you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments of this video, and you too could be the question of the week next week. But this week's question comes from Sean Siemens. And his question of the week, how and where do you keep all the accessories, hands, heads, all the bits, and the bobs? Don't forget about the bobs there. And I think we maybe answered this before, maybe not, I don't know, but it'll be the same answer if I did. So what I do is I always get baggies together. So I get a little baggie here, got a baggie, and it says Thundercats, Chilla, Jaga, and Groon toy versions right here, Super 7. I just have them labeled, put there, and then I go from one next step is I have a box. It's going to have all my Thundercat stuff. So all my Thundercat baggies are in there. All my WWE Elite baggies in there. All my WWE Ultimate baggies are in there. Turtles, etc., etc., etc. So it's a little bit of a filing system. I'm sure there's better ways to do it, but basically just have boxes for the different properties I collect, throw that baggie in there, and then when it's time to find those accessories, which I guess I'd only really probably search them out if I'm looking to sell them, I would think, most of the time. And I search through. So now I got all these WWE Elites, but it'll say Elite 109, Elite 111, Elite 112, things like that. So that's how my system is. I know some people use tackle box-like things to keep them. That's great if you have a smaller collection, but you're going to outgrow that real quick, and you don't want a bunch of tackle box stacked up and around, I don't think. So I've found baggies to be the best system for me. You guys see my D-Tolfs around here. I do have those Calex shelves down there around the bottom. I do have little cupboards in there. I store a lot of that kind of stuff in there. So I know, okay, hey, my Marvel Legend ones are in this store, and so forth, so forth, so forth. So that's how I do it. Everybody's got to have their own system, find what works for you. But that's what works for me. So that is the question of the week. And if you want to be the question of the week, you know what to do. Put it in the comments of this video, and you too can be the question of the week. So without further ado, enough jibber jabber. Let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases. All right, time to get down to the weekly purchases, and this is one of those weeks where you're like, I don't even know where to start. And the lion's share of this stuff all came Monday this week. I had 5 massive boxes on my doorstep, and I said, oh my gosh, this is going to be one of them all-timer weeks, isn't it? And it has been. So I got, like I said, a lot of work to do, a lot to unbox here. Look for all this stuff unboxed on the channel probably over the next month or so. There's only so many videos you can do, and I would say I probably do more videos than most people, as we do know. But all this stuff will be up early on Patreon, so if you want it a little faster, that's going to be the way to go. And best of all, you support all the channel, and you support all the content it brings. So there you go. But let's dive into it. I guess we're going to go wrestling first. That's what we're going to do. And all this wrestling stuff, Ringside Collectibles, your place. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. You got John Cena, no stranger to the Ultimate line. John Cena coming in hot this week. His wave mate, of course, one Jey Uso. Oh, Jimmy Uso, some there just sitting at his house like, how dare that Jey Uso? He's got one extra figure than me now. So, you know, they always want to be even, of course. But I think Jay's going to start running away with things very soon here. But we get Jey Uso looking like a Jey Uso would look, I guess. And we got my boy Gunter. Don't call him Walter. We got him during the happier times when he was Intercontinental Champion, of course. Could be a sleeper figure of the set, so we'll unbox those very, very soon as well. How about a little Greatest Hits? Greatest Hits Series 4, one of the most underrated Rey Mysterio figures of all time from the former Samoa Joe 2-pack. We got Rey Mysterio back out to the masses right there. Good friend of the channel, Uncle Alan I call him, but of course you guys know him as AJ Styles. Good friend of the channel right there. How about the Hulkster? What you gonna do, brother? The year of Hulkamania, 40th anniversary. Can we get 40 figures for 40 years? It feels like it's headed that way, but we do get the Greatest Hits Hulk Hogan coming in. And then one Randy Orton, another guy that's been around for a long time in the Mattel regime and the Jakks regime. We get Randy Orton Greatest Hits as well. That one could be a sleeper, as it's a little bit more different than some of the other ones we've seen from the Greatest Hits line. So we got those coming in, but we're not done. I found these at Walmart just out of the blue. I could not believe it. I did one of these kind of things. I couldn't believe I found it. But we got old Kane. Oh, there he is, the old Big Red Machine Kane, looking good. How about the British Bulldog, looking even better. And then, of course, Muhammad Ali. Everybody needs more Muhammad Ali figures. We know how that goes. But I was shocked to see these. Very happy to see these. I need another set, though, to keep on card, as we know. But, you know, this line, I've talked about it numerous times over the last couple of years. The most frustrating set to collect is the WWE Superstars. Very happy to finally find some new ones. Hopefully can find the next wave sooner rather than later. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. We continue on with a little ringside collectible action. How about Tony D? First time in the line. Everybody's hunting for the D. Everybody's hunting for the Deke. We know how that goes. We know how that goes. But Tony D'Angelo coming in hot. Good friend of the channel. Good birthday boy. Cody and I, very similar in our birthdays. Cody Rhodes coming in hot once again. No stranger to any wrestling figure toy line, as we do know. Finn Balor, oh, there he is to match that Seth Rollins we got a while back, kind of. You can kind of do that, maybe, sure. Choose your own adventure, as we say. Finn Balor, Elite 111. How about Ricochet? First time in the line, Tony D. Last time in the line, Ricochet. Very well could be. Ricochet coming into the line. Sounds like he might be AEW bound. We'll see what happens with that one there. One I'm looking forward to, of course, warms my ECW heart. It is the Sandman, an all-timer. One of the Mount Rushmore figures or characters of ECW, no doubt about it. Good to see that one right there. And then finally getting a rehash, we got Trish Stratus, way better than her last Mattel Elite. That was absolutely god-awful, as we do know. This one looking a heck of a lot better. So we got Trish Stratus right here. So there it is. That's round number 1 of weekly purchases. Let's bring on round number 2. All right, let's get down to round number 2, the final round of weekly purchases here. A lot going on and a little bit more wrestling. Got to give a shout out to the old Major Bendy's. Big rubber guys. You know I love my guys big, and I love them full of rubber, and we do get the big rubber guys right here. British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith, and of course the Dynamite Kid. We know him as the British Bulldog, so some more Major Bendy's through the door this week as well. How about a little Boomerang? Captain Boomerang back again. He was in last week's weekly purchases. This time he's back, but as a Platinum Edition. Platinum Edition Boomerang through the door this week. Looking good, feeling good. And speaking of looking good, feeling good, how about G.I. Joe Retro card? We got the Snow Serpent, the Cobra Eel, how about? Snow Serpent right over here. So we got the Eel and Snow Serpent waiting on Beachhead still. Shout out to DJC Collectibles. They got these in stock right now. So if you're after these two, DJC Collectibles is the place to be. More G.I. Joe goodness. You know me, I'm a G.I. Joe guy. I'm here for all the Joes. Yo, Joe. Yo, Joe. And speaking of DJC collectibles, I did get the old Wily Cat, the hardest one. Better hit them up. I'm not sure if they have any left, but these Thundercats are getting pretty hard to find, and that goes for a lot of Super 7 stuff. If you're not pre-ordering, you're missing out. So I did get the old Wily Cat right there, looking good. And then, of course, one time, somebody told me, they said, Kyle, go Ninja, go Ninja, go Ninja, go. And that person that told me that, Vanilla Ice. Yes, it's true. My old friend Rob Van Winkle, you know, of course, we all remember Vanilla Ice, but he loved himself some Ninja Turtles, and so do I as well. Walmart picked up old Donatello, Last Ronin, Walmart, and we're not done. We got Michelangelo, Last Ronin, both found at Walmart. So if you're looking for those, little display action at Walmart going on right now. We're not done with the Turtles. I did pull the trigger. DJC Collectibles coming in hot. Got Raphael. We got Leonardo. We got Michelangelo. And we've got Donatello. So we did get the 4 Turtles, the sketch editions, Playmate versions. Very interesting that NECA's coming out kind of with their own version for San Diego Comic-Con. But these 4 are going. These are hitting targets right now through the door this week via DJC Collectibles. But not done. DJC Collectibles coming in real hot this week. We did get Scar, the son of Hulk. Looking good, looking big and beefy. You know me, I love a big figure, so I'm here for that. Not done, though. Superior Spider-Man through the door. Not sure how I feel about this new packaging design, but we did get the Superior Spider-Man, and of course, you always got to have a little Wolverine action. Old Wolvie himself. We got the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine through the door this week from DJC Collectibles. But once again, not done with DJC Collectibles. Got the new Luke Cage Iron Fist 2-pack through DJC Collectibles. So got this. Celebrating 85 years of Marvel. How about that? 85 years going strong. It feels like it was just yesterday. That's what it feels like. We got those. Got 2 things left. I did go to Ross. Oh, I wanted to dress for less. Or maybe I was going to dinner and it was next door. I figured I'd check it out. But I did pick up something over there. A little Inspector Gadget. Go Gadget Arms. An interesting one. I've always loved the Gadget. Of course, when I was a kid watching Inspector Gadget on Nickelodeon, where I watched it. Always enjoyed it. Always wanted a little representation. Looks to be a statue / action figure. We'll see how this ends up going. We'll unbox it probably on Kyle Peterson 2.0 sometime in the next week or so. Stay tuned for that. And the final one, I'm not sure on this one. I got a little bit of buyer's remorse. I'm going to say it. A little buyer's remorse. It is the Earl Sinclair We Say So packaging here. It's basically the same figure with new accessories. You know, you really could have got an accessory pack for this one. It's getting the most out of your molds if there ever was one. I just don't know how I feel about this one. And I'm not sure why I bought this because I passed on the San Diego Comic-Con one, at least during the pre-order. Who knows, when I'm at the show, I may pull the trigger. But Earl Sinclair through the door. Right now, hitting Target stores. If you got a Target, you can probably find him fairly easy if you want to. So that's it. I'm looking around. That's this week's weekly purchases. And guess what? That's enough. It's enough weekly purchases. It's enough to do right here. That's for sure. A lot to get through. A lot to take a look at. Look forward to these reviews on the channel coming this week. So a lot of exciting times, a lot of exciting things to the channel. But what did you pick up this week? Did you get anything during this 4th of July week? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave your comment down below if you want to be the question of the week for next week. Of course, give me a good one. Give me a good one. There it is. But of course, don't forget about the Patreon. We got the Bret Hart giveaway. We got that going on the month of July. All kinds of other bonus stuff over there on Patreon. Appreciate the support. Check out ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X. _Kyle_Peterson on Threads. And on Instagram. So for another week of weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling. Strutting and strolling my way into another work week.